just lets you know. Turn this other light on here. Seems to give a little bit better light. Anyways, like I was saying, I would be a better president than Donald Trump ever was. Better president than Joe Biden currently is. I mean, yeah, he's done good stuff for the country. He's done a lot of jobs. The one spot that government seems to fail is that they need to help more people get back on their feet. And yes, the ultimate rich people need to pay their fair share in taxes. Okay, McCarthy needs to quit kissing butt to the ultra rich, okay, because the ultra rich don't really give a damn about anybody else, and they only give a certain amount. They really give just a small portion of money to campaigns. They don't give millions of dollars. They give small portions of their money, and then they give other favors, okay, to the person, you know. Discounts this, or they'll buy them a car, or some little tidbit thing. But the ultra rich people never actually do very good. And for the people that say, oh, I'm a philanthropist, really? Then how come it is that I've never seen a dime from a person that says, oh, I like helping this and this and these type of people out? Really? Then where's the stuff to help me out? I'm struggling. I'm trying to get back on my feet from certain stuff I've been through. I haven't seen a dime from these rich that, you know, ultra rich people that I do philanthropy. Bill Gates is supposed to be that way, but he's only doing it for certain things that will help him or whatever, make him supposedly look good. But you know, help the people in your home state, help the people in your home country. Okay, I understand you're trying to help the entire world with some of your money, but the whole world doesn't need Bill Gates to help them all. Okay? If bureaucrats are gonna get off their ass and actually help with shit, you know, I presume Bill Gates to actually do stuff in this country and not do things in other areas, and his wife, or going to be ex-wife because they're getting that divorce. The fact is she needs to help people out too, you know. You got, of course, you have Elon Musk, blah blah blah. You have, you know, see, Jeff Bezos' ex-wife, something Scott, you know, which I've written to, and they've not responded, you know. They say, oh, she's like, I help all these people. Really? I've written to you. I've heard nothing back from your company or you, or received nothing. Nobody has checked out my GoFundMe campaign. None of these rich people have checked that out. None of the country artists. Nobody. You know? So basically, it comes down to the fact that people like to talk and only do things that they think will benefit them. Well, if you help somebody else out, that person may come back and help you, even if you're ultra rich, might help you with certain things. Might give you some honey, might give you some vegetables, might give you some fruit, might give you whatever it is that you would normally, that you just buy without thinking about it, you know, to show their gratitude for your help. See, so really think about it. You know, people have got to start, you know, people say, oh, it takes a village to raise a child. Really? Well, if it takes a village to raise a child, okay, then why are so many people in America, here in America, and certain other areas, only look out for themselves. You know, the ultra rich people, they only help causes that they will help something that will help them back. Or then, of course, you got, you know, these ultra rich people that say, oh, I have this thing where I'm doing this, but they're actually siphoning money off of that charity that they claim to have, but they're using it as their own little piggy bank, and they'll keep a certain amount of funds in there, you know, for certain charitable things. But in the process, they're siphoning money from their charity, you know, to fund some other weird little thing. But like I said, I would make a better president of the United States. I'm analytical. I know how to analyze things. I know how to do all this particular stuff, okay? And, oh yeah, another thing that I'm going to throw on my campaign thing, okay? Yeah, the president gets paid $400,000 a year. First lady, on the other hand, you know the first ladies don't make a dime? I mean, they help their husbands, you know, they're kind of the face of, well, you know, this and that. But yet, they don't make a dime being first lady. But, you know, I think that needs to change. I think first ladies, or in the current president and vice president thing, the second gentleman should be paid for the stuff that they do, for charity events they go to, for different White House things they go to, for various stuff they go to around the country, for campaigns to let, you know, or furthering some agenda or whatever. I personally think that the first lady, first second lady, or first gentleman, or first lady, second gentleman, in the case of current president and vice president, but I think the other half, the president and vice president, should be paid at least $200,000 a year for the services they do the country in the way of backing the president, the vice president, doing stuff on the sidelines to help with certain things, you know, governmental stuff. There's different things that they actually help with, you know, because if it weren't for the first ladies in history, you know, Eleanor Roosevelt, Jackie Onassis Kennedy, you know, all the first ladies that have been in the country, if it wasn't for them helping their husbands behind the scenes, this country wouldn't be as great as it is. Now, the country can be even greater if they actually paid the first lady and paid the second gentleman in the particular current case of our president and vice president, money for stuff that they do, you know. So as part of my personal campaign, you know, as I'm running for president and want to do my ticket in, I need to raise $5,000. Okay, this is coming from the board, the presidential board of if you want to run for president of the United States. So I need to raise $5,000, spend it on my campaign, setting up campaign stuff, spending for a campaign, set up a campaign bank account that reports to the campaign office about campaigns and stuff like that. So I will be taking, you know, need to raise these funds. So I want to set up a separate, well, currently you would just go to my current GoFundMe campaign, put it in there for me to raise the money, and then I can transfer it to an account that I set up, but I have to raise funds first But I have to set up a separate account, bank account, for the funds for my campaign, presidential campaign. Then I have to do a thing, send a letter to every state, Secretary of State in every state, for me to be on their ballots. Okay, so I have to do that. So I have to do all 50 states, which is just basically typing one letter up, going to the Secretary of State. Okay, Secretary of State, and then, you know, print them all out, and it would just would write in each state. And so there'd be 50 letters going out to 50 Secretary of States for every state in the country. So essentially like Hawaii and all that. So anyways, but if I can get a bunch of people helping with my campaign and stuff like that, you know. So anyways, if I can get all this money raised for my campaign, because truly I think I would be a really good president and help this country be great, bring all manufacturing jobs home, be able to manufacture stuff here at home. Furthermore, okay, there would be the way to get the end the war in Ukraine with Russia. Since Russia invaded Ukraine, the biggest way to do that is to get rid of Putin. Because Putin, the reason Putin wants Trump back in office is because Trump was Putin's puppet. Yeah, so there was really a connection there between Russia and Trump. Because he made a statement that he wants Trump back in office. And there's another person that made a statement in that general region about wanting Trump back in office. So, no Trump. Because Trump is bad news. Trump will always be bad news. Because not one single Trump in history over 150 years, not a single person with the last name of Trump has ever served in the military. At least in Trump's family line. But there's 4,000 people with the last name of Trump, and they haven't found one single Trump to have served in the military. There may be some with the last name of Trump in the military, but not connected to the current bunch of Trumps. There may be some distant relative, but the current line of Trump that goes all the way down to ex-President Trump, none of them have ever served in the military. Not his dad, not his uncle, not his sister, not his brother, not his sister, not Trump himself. Trump's daddy paid a doctor to say that Trump was mental. Trump was mentally slow back in the age for the draft. Trump's dad was available for the draft, but he never went in. So he wouldn't let any of his children or grandchildren or anybody along that line ever serve in the military. So what's that tell you? Trumps are German. They're from Germany. His parents are of German. Trump's family immigrated to the States from Germany before Trump was born. So Trump, yes, married a citizen, so is his siblings. But his parents are only citizens. They're immigrants. See, immigrants. I mean, they came from a foreign country into the United States. You understand that, people? So Trump may be a U.S. citizen, but his family line is not U.S. His parents were immigrants. So him sitting there saying, oh, we gotta do this for the border, blah, 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 blah. His parents were immigrants from across the ocean. So does that mean he would build a wall along Germany so they can't cross the ocean to come to America? Come on, people. So the point is that nobody in this country, okay, I mean, America is America, we're a melting pot. But the only true Americans in this country are the Native Americans who were here before the English, the Dutch, the Germans, the Irish, any other race that's come to this country. The Native Americans are the true Americans because they were in this country first. Everybody else is just immigrants, where their parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents came to this country as immigrants. Okay, seeking freedom and stuff like that of certain things. So, okay. So basically, like I said, I feel I would be a better president than the current president. And not so much that he's not doing good. It's more of the fact that all the other old people in Congress that are want to tailor to rich people, and this is what really makes a lot of people around this country sick, because there's only about this amount of people that are wealthy, okay? In the long scale scheme of things. Then you have like this amount of people that are somewhat middle class or whatever, okay? Then you have a whole ton of people that fall just above the poverty line. Then there's a greater number of people that fall below that poverty line, okay? So here's the thing. We need, as Americans, to get rid of poverty in the United States. Okay, I'm not saying we don't help other countries, but let's get everybody at home above the poverty line, okay? Let's take care of that first. Then, it's not that we can't help other countries donate for, do a charity for different things and stuff like that to help aid in helping teaching these places to properly relate to one another without pulling out a freaking stupid gun into some other country and causing a war. Okay? War has never solved a thing. You realize that? War does not solve a thing. Okay? It just causes a bunch of people to die, innocent people's lives taken, and all that. So, it's not the best thing. Okay, so basically, cut out the war, cut out all that annoying stuff, Let's build up countries, make everybody great across the whole thing. Okay, have a proper international talks, proper stuff, and definitely we gotta get rid of Putin, because Putin is a European Russian version of, let's say his name, of Donald Trump. They're exactly alike. Okay? They only want power. They want more of this, more of that, blah, 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 blah. Okay? It doesn't solve anything. Did you realize that if any other American had done what Trump's did in office, causing an insurrection, causing all this other stuff, if he wasn't a billionaire and rich as all him and have all these little cronies and these little departments and people in the oil companies like such as Cheney and stuff like that, he didn't have certain cronies. And have you ever noticed that half of his cronies are ending up in jail because doing illegal stuff? See, the reason Trump wants to get back in office is by federal mandate, he actually can't run for president again because he broke the rules as a president. He caused an insurrection. When you cause people to attack the capital of the country that you live in, you are no longer eligible to run for office because you took an oath. And when you break that oath, you cannot run for president again or any governmental office because you broke that oath. So I'm going to sign off for now. But yeah, I would be a better president than the current people, than any current candidate on the thing. I may be from a small little hole-in-the-wall town. But you know what? The small hole-in-the-wall town people have big, better ideas than anybody from a big town ever could. Think about that. I'm gonna sign off for now.